So I guess I'm waiting here at the train tracks for a few minutes, and I don't have what notes I jotted down, my opinions on this matter, but I'll remember what I can. I may not be the biggest Jay-Z fan. I do prefer underground hip-hop, so I do appreciate... Oh, here, okay, sorry, let me back up. Moving on up. Jay-Z came out with a new album, 444. It apparently went platinum in the first week. I've been told triple platinum. I'm not so sure because Google won't help me with those kinds of answers. What the fuck? I'm not a big Jay-Z fan. I know some people really aren't. I just don't have anything against him other than he's so mainstream. I haven't listened to him since high school, 2006 or something, and I have to admit I'm not a big fan of mainstream rap, but I would not be reviewing this music video if it didn't blow my mind, and they did an excellent job. So this music video showed up on YouTube for like a day, and it got taken down, I'm assuming because it was put up illegally, but there were reviews, so many reviews of this music video, and people who had actually gone to the proper website to watch it and sign in with an account, which I did not do. I waited until it showed up on YouTube and re-watched it, and it was awesome. When they created this video, they chose an art style that is like vintage 20s to 50s era, and apparently some people didn't get the message in this right away and thought it was kind of racist because the imagery that was shown was something that had been banned after the 70s and old style cartoons put away. Oh, that guy couldn't wait. Let's take his spot. Oh wait, my car's turned off. You hang in there, buddy. Don't fall. Okay, so what I absolutely wanted to say about this music video is if you haven't seen it, see it. It is brilliant. I'm surprised the video doesn't have more views on it right now, but it does an exquisite job choosing imagery and impactful messages. I think it was very bold and very brave to use these kinds of messages to get a point across to an entire culture. This is a very informative, educational video, even for anyone who is not African American. One thing I absolutely love about this song is that they use Nina Simone samples in their music, and I listen to big band and Nina Simone more than I even listen to underground hip-hop, so I was quite pleased that he chose vintage style audio recordings to mix in with his beats. That's something a lot of underground hip-hop artists have done. I like to see him picking up that style. Yeah, so I couldn't wait at that train stop much longer. I swear I've been there about 30 minutes. Anyway, I thought the message in this video was extremely powerful. They use a word that I'd say I'm not allowed to say, but the N-word, one of my friends even said that he felt it was said way too many times for his liking in just the hook alone. And, you know, that's true because it is a demeaning, terrible stereotype that needs to just be dropped, and no one likes to hear anyway. It's terrible. He says it in the hook, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, light, dark, rich, poor, faux, fake, or real. You know, it sounds like he's actually saying for real, but faux, F-A-U-X, is a great, like, poetic use of, you know, his literacy. But that message is so true, because it's such a demeaning and terrible label to put on someone. You know, it doesn't matter who you are, if you're going to go by that label, that's all you'll ever be. And some people are still calling it racist, but, you know, I think people are starting to get it. It's definitely a wake the fuck up kind of message, and you have to get past that label, or even putting each other down as that label. because I hate when I have to hear it, and I think it's just the most terrible thing. And some people just say it so nonchalantly, like to their friends, and I guess that's cool if you know each other and you mean nothing by it, but it makes my ears bleed. What impressed me about this music video is that it stayed in my mind for a few days, and I had to re-listen to it. I appreciate that they put out such descriptive imagery, and they kind of summed up the struggle of African American history and how terrible it's been. And all the lines he has put in this song have some excellent meaning to it. You're gonna have to forgive me. I want to remember this music video in order, so I'm not getting all my comments mixed up. So Jay-Z uses the story of OJ as the title of his song, and also as main example for some people in black culture who shy away from being black. They deny their heritage because they know that it gets them treated poorly, and OJ was trying to deny his black heritage, and it's like, I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay. Then what are you? You know, you can't deny who you are. It's kind of odd to abandon your own heritage, but when that heritage comes with such negative stereotypes, when some African American artists do become rich, they will completely abandon their culture and their neighborhoods and start living in Beverly Hills and spending money like some fucking white asshole. Sorry. I know this, I do not mean for this to be offensive to anybody. I really just think that this is an amazing, like they should show this music video in history classes. I think it's totally great. I mean, no disrespect to anybody, but it is very hard to talk straightforward without, offending someone on this subject. I will try my best, though. So Jay-Z makes an association kind of between OJ denying being black during his trials with house slaves and field slaves, and how their owners felt that the more complacent ones that would follow rules could work in the house, and that if they didn't trust someone in particular, anyone who fought being a slave went and worked out in the field and had a harder life. The difference between field and house, you shine cutlery, go play the quarters where the butlers be, I'm gonna play the corners where the hustlers be. Those examples are a perfect way of explaining the split between people who embraced their black culture as a way to fight back, and others who shied away from it, denying their own history because they thought it was nothing but bad to other people. And Jay-Z makes it very clear that he's talking about the projects when it comes down to, don't go fighting over drugs and getting shot in your neighborhood because your mama lives there, and you're just trying to represent your neighborhood. You need to put money into your neighborhood and make it better, more productive. Don't try to leave, or you're just going to leave it in shambles, and you have to really work to, make things better. And if you're the one to do that, you can end up owning the neighborhood. Don't die for the neighborhood. Buy the neighborhood. He says he's giving you $1 million worth of game for $9.99 right there in the song. And like I said, if you have not seen this music video, don't sit here listening to me ramble about this. Go watch it and come back, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. The imagery is powerful, and the way it was drawn is perfect, and people still kind of see it as offensive. So, sorry to change locations on you. Should never vlog while you drive. I stopped for a train that wasn't going anywhere. Anyway, where was I? This music video had so many layers to it, so many references to historical events. Yeah, he even makes a point to mention how Jews use credit to own most of the property in America, and I'm not even going to get into the history between Jews and blacks, but he makes a lot of excellent points. You even see him walking out of the bowels of a ship, full of black workers. You see him walk out onto the bow of the ship where there's nothing but sharply dressed, white military soldiers. He even puts himself out there by calling himself J-Bo, like Little Sambo. I don't know how many of you know that story. I only know about it because my aunt had a black cat named Sambo. One thing I also appreciate about this music video is that they used a very strong historic image that actually exists of a lynching photo, and there's white people standing around smiling like they're at the goddamn county fair, and he even uses a smiling person in the corner of that image, just like it doesn't bother them. NPR covered this, and the story behind the song Strange Fruit, which was also written by Nina Simone, and I think some other people may have sung it as well. It's another way to just remind us all of how things used to be and how terrible you could be treated, and I think he's really trying to get people to break past that stereotype using that word. I'd have to say, put along with the music video, that song has an extremely powerful message, and anyone who misses those messages clearly isn't paying attention. Racism can still be a problem, definitely is for some people, and I think black art and black culture, black music has come so far that it would be such a shame to see people of that same culture be left behind, and I think that's exactly what he wants people to wake up and realize. As of today, he's actually hit 20 million views on his YouTube music video for the story of OJ. Don't let a stereotype set you back. Don't let anyone call you something that you think isn't right, and call people out on it. If someone's going to try and label you as something you're not comfortable with and you don't want to hear, don't fall into the cracks of society. Don't let the machine get you. I don't know what else to say. The biggest... You probably don't want me to go off on a conspiracy theory here, but don't let the government trick you into giving them back your money. Don't help the government recollect money from us by selling drugs. That's a different story for another time. Yeah, this video is getting demonetized.